Happy New Year, crew. It's 2024, and this is going to be episode 10 of Black Entertainment News and More. First one of the new year. Let me tell you what we're going to talk about today. The streets needed a body, but do I think that Unique is the body? Nope. We got comedian Corey Holcomb saying everybody in Hollywood does G for P. You don't know what that is? I am about to explain it to you. And then in some other black news, do you guys think that Boys to Men is the best group for a cappella that has ever existed? We'll discuss that. And then in the other news, what are your goals for 2024? I got three stock tips for you. What are you planning to do to better yourself this year? That and so much more is about to go down on the Lamont Tyson Life Gain Show. Let's get it.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that pull. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
What's happening, y'all? Joining me today in the building is the Hammer. Y'all know
What's
her as
up?
Moochie. What's going on, Mooch?
What's up? What's up? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I loved your Christmas pictures. Can you hear me? Oh wait, I can't hear him now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now I can.
Moochie, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Hear me? Okay. Let me turn this off because I can't hear you. We can't be starting off the.
No, we can't. Hold on, I can't hear you. You
Let's
you
see
you
what
okay, you're on mute now. Okay, you
my
are.
people. Say something, Moochie.
All right, I'm here. You can hear me?
For whatever the reason, on my first show back, I am having big audio problems. Let me
I
try
can
this
hear
again.
you.
And
I
for
can hear
those of
you.
you that are new, please forgive a brother. I don't know what's going on with my technology. I might have to step up the game and get some new technology. Hold
Uh-oh.
on just a second. Okay, now speaking.
Can you hear me now? Can you
I
hear me now?
can't hear. My goodness. Let
You
me see
still
here.
can't? I can hear
Let me see
you.
here. In the chat, you hear Moochie, and I'm assuming you can
Can
hear me. Is that correct?
can y'all hear us?
Let me go in here and check one more thing to make sure. Oh, I see what was going on. I see. I see. I see. I see. All right, now see Moochie.
Okay, now I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Can y'all hear me? What
Yeah,
up,
man, we
Trillo?
can hear you. What's up, Mooch? What's up, everybody in the chat? How y'all doing today? I am glad
I
to have y'all on the first show of 2024. Me and Mooch is going to try to deliver a hit, which we don't do anything less than that. Please be sure to subscribe to both our channels. Our link is in my video description. Moochie is on the go. And if you don't know nothing about this sister, she writes scripts. She's retired from the New York bus transit system. She got stories, she got bars, but more importantly, Moochie keep her eyes to the streets, her ears to the street. Anytime you
yes.
need to know something about these shows, Moochie know it, and that's why she comes out here and joins me today. Moochie, we got to talk power.
Oh Lord. Look.
See, I knew it. I knew it.
Oh wait.
You one
You
of
ain't
them
got your
ladies.
tissues, man. You ain't got your tissues with the
No,
glasses.
no, 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 no,
We,
no, no, no. I don't got them yet.
I'm
And
shedding tears for him.
by the
I,
way, we will take comments and super chats close to the end of the show. So if you super chat, I will get to you guys first. Just make sure you wait to the end of the show where we do reply to that because we like to let the fans take over at the end of the show. So you gonna cry, Moochie? Are you gonna shed hammer tears on this show today?
look, I already shedded tears the night of, and I'm still in denial. I'm still in denial. I don't want him to be gone, but there is confirmation.
Nope,
So
I ain't buying it.
I still think it's a chance for him to come back. Now I don't want to sound
Yeah.
like I sound like how we was with Ghost,
Mhm.
but I do feel like we could see more of Unique, but
Yes.
maybe as another person.
Now, Moochie, w- when it has come to these death predictions and people coming back and resurrecting themselves,
Mm-hmm.
I've never been wrong with Power. When Ghost died, I said he was dead.
Yeah, he
When
did.
when Angela was killed, I told y'all she wasn't officially dead yet. Now, she came back for one scene alive. Does that really count? I'm gonna say it count because her ass won't dead yet. She died later. And Moochie, I'm here to tell you, and all the adoring fans and all the women that love Chocolate Unique, okay, he's not dead. He's not
Okay.
dead. Now, this might be his last season on the show. I can agree to that. But in terms of he's dead in this moment, like we're not going to see him in the hospital alive, clinging to life. No, I'm not buying none of that. We're going to see him somehow, some way again before the end of this season. So, ladies, don't be upset. Don't be upset. Don't go knocking on Rock door with your 9 millimeters and GACs and all kinds of other weapons to try to get at Rock because y'all think she done something with Unique. Speaking of that, Moochie, I didn't get your opinions on this past episode. So
Mm,
let me give the people a clip and we want to hear what you got to say. Sit
all
back,
right.
relax, folks. You in here with the lunchtime crew, Lamont and Moochie. Let's go.
Rock took all we had.
Somebody gonna have to pay him.
Mm, mm. That chick says somebody's gonna have to pay Moochie, and so
Yeah.
we've already kind of talked about the Unique situation. We didn't talked about that,
Mm-hmm.
but here's the other situation we got, Moochie.
What's that?
There's nobody left to rein in Ronnie. What are you expecting to happen with Ronnie? Is he going to try to take over Unique businesses? Is he going to go back and get some of them Juliana panty draws? Which I think that's going to happen. What's the next move for Crazy Town Ronnie?
I know he's gonna see Juliana again, even though she, kicked him off the porch and was like, "Nah, bounce." He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna, they're gonna have an interaction again because now he's gonna be able to get some work because Unique is gone. That's what he was saying through the whole thing. I need work, work, work. So yeah, he gonna get some work because Unique is gone and she knows he's gone, but she's still gonna want a favor. And I've been saying that. I've been saying we already saw the scene where she was, how they were showing so many clips this season and
Mm-hmm.
mixing them up like a bunch of gumbo.
Yep.
That scene with the Range Rover, I think that's Unique coming at her. I mean, not Unique. I think that's
Ronnie.
Ronnie coming at her. Yeah, and he's doing it for Juliana.
Mm. Hmm. Now, what is so you think that the exchange is going to be? I'll put you on the drug game, but you got one more request from me. I need
Oh
you to take
yeah,
out. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Okay.
I,
I can.
definitely. I'm waiting. I don't. They said to be determined when the next episode is coming on.
Right.
So
Right.
we gonna be like in limbo for a while, y'all. So be prepared. It's gonna be theories and everything flying around from my channel. And don't forget, we got other stuff to discuss when we ready to wrap it up. I'll tell them mine.
Yeah. Moochie keeps something, y'all. Y'all just keep if you really want to know what's going on. She keep them ears to the street. She got that going on now. Moochie, there were some other characters on Power
Mm-hmm.
that had some good storylines about this crew right here, Marvin and Dolly Parton of the club. You know my theory is she want to jump Lulu Bones, and I bet you women would have a fit if y'all saw all them wrinkles flying up in the air, tiggle bitties and everything. Y'all would have a fit. But what do you see coming from this story with this new little club joint? Marvin done invested in it. Everybody's happy right now. The music was good. He's got his daughter in there. I'm feeling it, Moochie. How about you?
I liked the whole atmosphere. I even liked famous rap. I thought it was
Yeah.
cool because he had
Mhm.
crowd participation and all of that. Now, as
That's
far
right.
as this woman that owns the bar, I
Right.
think she had a thing for Lulu and Marvin's father.
Oh,
Hmm.
100%.
Yeah, I think
100%.
that was his boo thing back in the day.
Yeah, man. She would have jumped off. Now, now, do you think Power would be crazy enough to bring the mama to this club and let the mama see this white lady that probably screwed her husband and they get into an old folks skirmish?
Nah, cause she really don't she sees how his she sees their father as a failure. So
Right, right.
all she thinking about is who gonna give her money, who gonna take care of her now. She not worried about
Mhm.
that boy. She feel like that's a pipe dream just like their father had. So she has no interest in that.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm hoping for good with this story because I'm ready to see Lulu win. And I'm ready to see him win at something that's not going to require trouble. But we know as long as he's Rock's sister, there's going to always be the potential for trouble. Like
Definitely.
you can't escape trouble when you're Rock's sister. But
Hmm.
I'm enjoying it so far, and I kind of like the vibe there. It reminded me kind of New York Undercover, kind of how they had like, except for they had like named artists. This is kind of similar, except for they got up and coming artists, and I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I like that, and I hope they keep that.
Back in the
Mhm,
90s, they used to
mhm.
have open mic where you go there and showcase your talent. So I remember going to these things in the early 90s. And those things used to be so much fun because you could go there and if you had a freestyle, you could just get up and rock out in certain places in the city. So all of this stuff is bringing back nostalgia of the early 90s because this is when before how everybody's getting their little deals now. This is before social media. So the way of things was back then was word of mouth. So if you was
Mhm.
popping in the streets with the music and you were going to these places to showcase your talent, perhaps shop your demo and hoping things will pop off like that. So this is the atmosphere I remember from back then. Yes, definitely.
Moochie, you sound like you have personal, intimate interactions in these type of environments. Let me find out you done skipped school and went on a little date in one of these bars.
Now
Tell us the whole story, Moochie.
I was with the work in public, so Tuesday night and Wednesday night was industry night. So if you went,
Okay.
that's when they used
Okay.
to do these things. And being that I worked back then, I wasn't even driving, and I had a pass. You got a free subway pass. You going all over with that. So I had pass. We'll travel. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go up to this open mic thing and meet up with my friends and things like that. Yeah.
Hey, post
So
us your
that was fun
comments, y'all.
back.
Y'all like the open mic situation Lulu got? I know I do. I want to go sit up in there, drink my little protein shake, add a little orange juice to it, and chill the hell out.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of singing, we got the jukebox. Now, this is her, Moochie, after she sicked Aisha with Kanan. Now, do you feel the way I feel, Moochie, when I feel like, there's chemistry between the two? And I think that Juke put Aisha on Kanan just because she's afraid of getting hurt again. How did you feel about the situation brewing between Great Value SWV and Aisha and Jukebox?
I felt like she wanted to talk to Aisha. She's feeling Aisha, and she know Aisha's into her, but she doesn't want. I think she saw once Kanan started talking to her, she know it's close to
Hmm.
home because they doing this, and I think that's why she fell back. But she didn't want to fall back. You could see it in her face there. When I did my you know how you do the trailer breakdown. I
Yeah,
got things
yeah.
so twisted in my world. I'm thinking that she saw Ronnie and was scared. But
Oh,
I'm glad it was this. because then I was worried about Marvin's fate. Everybody's so worried about Marvin's fate because his character is changing for the better, and he's such a likable person now. We don't want him to go, so we trying to hold on to Marvin.
Mm-hmm.
Same
It,
thing
it
with
would be
Unique.
it would be good if they held on to Marvin. Now, of course, some of the same way that people come up with their rumors about if someone's dead or what may have you, is the same thing going on with Marvin. People have seen and told me that they've seen interviews where the actor is basically saying he's going to be around to next season or what may have you. And I always tell people, what do you think they're supposed to say? They can't tell you
They
that they
can't tell
died or
you
not.
that. I
Yeah.
would be
So
mad if one of my characters came on and told me. I'd be like, look, you gotta hold everything down.
yeah, right. So
Even
most
if it looked
likely,
like you could predict it. I'm sorry.
right, right. You good. So most likely you can't, it's hard to deduce what they do because they can't really tell you the truth. They try to lead you. They basically actors are politicians. Okay. I would be very worried if I was married to a Oscar winning actor. When do I know if he's telling me the truth or not? When do I know if he's behaving the real way or not? I guess you would just have to go over the course of time. And in TV and film, we don't get that luxury. We trying to predict stuff week to week. And I like what Moochie did, showing some creativity and various reasons that would make Jukebox look like this. Because right here, you can't tell whether it's fear, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you don't know what's going on with her. And the only evidence Moochie had to go by was whatever this glass thing is behind her. And that could have been a damn church. It's a club, though. So
No,
I
I
like
knew
that,
that was the
Moochie.
beer. That's a beer. I know that. I knew she was at the bar, but I'm thinking, do you remember the scene where he ripped off the car in the beginning?
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
silhouette was so dark. And remember, Jukebox had the braids, but I was like, at first,
Mhm.
I was looking. I said, "Dang, that looked like Jukebox," but that person looked too hard. So I'm looking, but I like making my little assumptions though, and assuming. So it's fun
Yeah,
to guess predictions.
absolutely. And we do those things, ladies and gentlemen, to keep the minutia going, to keep the anticipation going, and to help you get through week to week. Because sometimes, oftentimes, our theories are pretty right most of the time. And we do get some of
Hmm.
them wrong, but it ain't like we betting the house on this going to Vegas thinking that the Miami Dolphins going to win the Super Bowl. Shouts out to my damn Miami Dolphins and Fins Nation. We're not going nowhere. We keep losing our top players left and right. We're probably going to get our ass beat by Buffalo. Just Miami Dolphin faithful. All I can tell you is live to fight another year. That's all I can say. And moving right along, Moochie, last thing I want to cover with Power. We talked
Hmm.
about him already. Famous. Now,
Hmm.
Moochie, you already know what I think is going to happen to Famous. And the question is, Moochie, is it going to be this season or next season? And do you even still rocks with me on thinking that Kanan going to take out Famous? Because Famous got caught. This is the scene when he got caught when he could have ran, and he got chewed out by Kanan. Kanan didn't come to bail him out. Kanan said he should have handled his business like a G, and he didn't. So where you at with the Famous storyline, Moochie? Is Kanan going to take him out or something else going to get him?
You don't see the bully inside of Kanan?
Yeah, I see it.
He,
You see
he
it growing.
basically devoted his whole apartment.
Mm-hmm.
He smacked them
Mm-hmm.
up.
Up.
I just, we already see that he's afraid to put his foot down with Kanan, but he is talking back to him now.
Mm-hmm.
So is it gonna go left? Is it gonna get physical with them and it go left and he do it by accident?
Right, right.
Or is he gonna have to do it because he gotta put him down because he running his mouth?
Well, Moochie, that would imply that you think Famous is a snitch. Do you see Famous being a snitch on any level? I mean, we know he's
How,
not cut out for the streets, but could
hmm
you see Famous being a snitch though?
I don't see him being a snitch because the way he handled this so well.
Mm-hmm.
But if they got him where they gonna tell him he gonna go down for Freddie's, for taking out Freddie, then maybe he might. Maybe he might even try to give up Ronnie because it looked like they gonna be in cahoots together.
Right, definitely, 100%. Or maybe Ronnie tell Kanan he got to take him out.
I could see him doing that because remember I told you with this, we're gonna see the same exact manipulation that Kanan did to Tariq. This is going
Mm-hmm.
to happen with him, and the reason why is because he already see this kid is getting money, and
Yeah,
he gonna need some little workers, and he gonna let him think he running his show, but he's gonna really it's gonna be something with this. I
right.
just want to see what Rock does when she find out that Kanan is actually going to be working with this dude.
You know what? On the review that I did, excuse me, y'all, the review that I did, we talked about what would be something that could bring the Thomas family back together, especially Rock and Lulu. Lulu loving Kanan and then being under the threat of Ronnie, that could be something that could unite the Thomas family, get Lulu back working with Rock. If Kanan get too far out there, too stuck up the creek with crazy ass Ronnie. And when you parallel the Kanan that we seen in the original Power, doesn't that personality remind you a lot of Crazy Town Ronnie? Don't you see some inklings of that personality, Moochie?
Hmm. What you know what I want to know is how can I say it? Now that if he's, I want to see how they bring him in. Is he gonna be brought in through Pops and Snap, or is
Right.
Ronnie gonna bring Kanan to Pops and Snaps? I'm curious about how that whole situation is gonna go down because he's gonna be linked in with the old school people. And I think that's when Lulu gonna want to step in because they know who's who in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin will try to give his little advice and tell Kanan probably, I don't think you making such a good idea. You going on a road by yourself. You need to be with family. So he's
I
all over the.
Moochie, I could Moochie eventually see Snap, Crackle, and Pop investing in Lulu to help him get a record company going, which could be in season 5. And them trying to wash money through the record company. But as of right now, Lulu has pretty much said he's trying to do everything on a legit level. The thing is, oftentimes in capitalism, especially American capitalism, there are a lot of situations where banks won't give you a legitimate loan. You have to go to someone who has the money. And if there's no Marvin, because I'm thinking Marvin is going to die, and the relationship between Lulu and Rock remains sour till next season, where else is he going to get money to grow his business? He's going to probably have to get it from Snap, Crackle, and Pop, the chocolate version.
Should he be better
Record.
off messing with Kanan? Nah, seriously. I wouldn't even want to have because remember he got mixed up with when he got mixed up with Cartier. Look at
Yeah.
how that situation turned out. Like I said, he made a deal with the devil on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as Kanan, he'd be better off going with Kanan. They got famous. Try to get
Right.
some little stuff out there. I want to see Famous do one more than this one song each season. I want to see him pop out like 3 joints, and
Right.
then we see him almost reaching his thing before he gets taken out. You get what I'm saying? Like he
I'm
could have
feeling
been
you.
something
Feel
if
you.
he didn't get taken out. I want to
Right.
see we see him almost get there because it seems like he's too close in this vicinity with Jukebox not to get a deal. So I want to see something pan out from this where Famous is actually going to be Lulu's artist, and where
Right.
he might
Right.
have a foot in the door where they really start investing in this kid. But keep in mind, we think he got a little habit now. So now we got to be watching with all of this. So I'm so excited with what they could do with all of this they put on, all of these little directions that they put. I'm so excited where the possibilities of where it can go.
Same for me, Moochie. I would also like to see Famous and the girl group get under Lulu's label. And I would love to see Famous do a song with the girl group, and see how that goes to add more intrigue to the story. I think it would be a hit. It would be a hot. Whoever owns the rights to this most likely stars Lionsgate would have a hit on their hands if that group put together a song with Famous and people be rocking out to it. I still listen to Streets Need a Body. I mean, I'll be rocking to that joint working out. Streets Need a Body. And sooner or later, I'm going to get this last song he did. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think about Power. This is Black Entertainment News and more. And we've got more, but we're still going to stick with the Black Entertainment News real quick. But let me give a shout out to all the 98 people who are rocking with me and Moochie in the middle of the day on Tuesday. I couldn't do this without you. I couldn't have done this without the help from my compadres such as Moochie, such as Nita the Diva, such as Lex the Targaryen, such as Miss K, such as my big homie in Atlanta who just got herself a house. Shout out to her.
Hey, Momo.
Shout out to Larry, the living legend. Shout out to B. Avery. You all have helped grow this channel. I've seen the most growth on my YouTube channel in the last month that I've seen in the history of me being on YouTube. And I want to thank you guys for doing that. And keep it pushing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep this channel growing. And you can subscribe to us both. Link is in description. Moochie's link is down there. Mine is down there. Check out my email stream. Everything we got going on. We want you guys to stay entertained by us. Before I get to the fun stuff, let's get to one more thing that can be kind of trifling, Moochie. You know who this guy is, don't you?
Yes.
It is, ladies and gentlemen, this is not Dr. Umar's brother. No. Could be, but it ain't. This is the comedian Corey Holcomb. And he spoke on something that I spoke about when we was talking about Christian Keys and what are you willing to give up to make it in Hollywood. I got a clip of him speaking. Me and Moochie gonna break it down and talk about it, and then I'll talk to you guys about what I have seen trying to get into Hollywood so far.
And so many people would say to me, Corey think everybody gay. Listen to what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I can't do nothing about the lifestyle of men who choose that. But I do want to give you a little information. All you guys who thinking of coming out of here, thinking you gonna make it, your asshole must be sacrificed. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it, homie. If you ain't coming out of here to ride cowboy style at these parties.
The Illuminati, that shit, they approached me.
Man, these motherfuckers think it's a joke.
Wow. Wow.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, I use the term G for P. And I've been around the bodybuilding industry, been in some contests myself. And what he's talking about goes on in any industry, but especially in certain entertainment industries. So, for example, bodybuilding. A lot of the dudes who use steroids and get super ripped, there's not too many avenues to make money, especially back before social media. So, what would they do? You think they dancing for a lot of women giving them money? No. They go into parties where their steroid enhanced bodies is being shaken for men. They call it G for P, or gay for play, gay for pay. And what Corey Holcomb is talking about is pretty much the same thing that's going on in Hollywood. Now, Moochie, for damn sure it happens. And for damn sure you have men and women doing this, sleeping with folks to try to climb the ladder. And have people approach me in such manners, and I'm just getting there. I'm only a year into this Hollywood thing. But the key to this, ladies and gentlemen, is what are you willing to sacrifice? And I'm not saying do it or not do it. I'm saying what can you sleep with going to bed at night? I'm not willing to sleep. And I mean, because when you get into these scenarios, Moochie, people will be like, okay, I'll give you $1 million to put my penis in your butt. I don't even want to go to my doctor for prostate check-ins. But then the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, once said everybody has a price. So, folks, if you decide while you're climbing this ladder of escalation and getting higher, these things are going to come up. And it all comes down to what are you willing to sacrifice? What's your number? And we talked about this a little bit with Christian Keys. But Moochie, I can't wait to hear what you got to say about G for P in Hollywood. What are your thoughts on what Corey Holcomb had to say? You're on mute.
I said we are finding out a lot of stuff with what's going on, and it seems like that part of Hollywood is blowing up now. Like the question is this gonna change it, or now that the word is out and the public really knows now, how is this gonna change? Is this gonna change Hollywood for the better?
I would like to hope so, but it's tough, Moochie, because you blur a line. You know, a wise woman taught me, she said, Lamont, don't screw where you work.
Yeah.
And the problem is for some individuals, they might actually really and truly be enticed or attracted to a producer, to a director, to someone that can help them up the ladder. And they might voluntarily give up the panty draws with the innuendo of quid pro pro. And then they don't get what they want and somebody's mad, or they'll go screaming rape or whatever. But then you do have those that won't come out and tell you, look, you think you're going to get anywhere with me, I need your draws. You know, they'll hint around it, they'll flirt around it, they'll, do little insinuations to let you know you ain't getting none of my money until you give me some of that honey. And Moochie, because those lines are so fine, I just put the onus on the individual trying to climb the ladder. Like, you've got to figure out what it is you're willing to deal with. Are you willing to deal with that? And some people, Moochie, they hungry as fuck. Like they've been poor their whole life. They don't want to do illegal acts. And for some people, just having a casual act of sex for attainment is on them.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
see I don't see how you can change it much, Moochie, other than
All right, so what do you get with all of these people that's coming forward, and they probably did do this just to get a part now, but now you want to claim SA? You was down with it to get the part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Moochie. I don't know what you can do to change it, because you're not gonna put people in jail for having a relationship and sex.
But you got people now coming back 30 years later after they done got their favor for putting out.
Yeah.
And now they claiming SA, some of these people. Don't get me wrong. If you got what you wanted out of the deal, now you're going to come back and do this. This is, to me, this is what's happening now. You know what? At this point, I don't care. Y'all can call me what y'all want with this. But with some of these things, people is coming back after the fact because things didn't work out to their favor, like how they thought they was if they was giving up stuff.
Oh, Moochie, I don't disagree. That's why I said you go give it up, and then whomever agreed to do whatever didn't do it. I don't disagree. I don't think that's all of them, and you never can say all. But if it's some of them, yeah, that's been happening, and The only thing you can do is legalize the exchange of sex for favor. I mean, literally. So that if you want to give it up to get to a certain place, put the shit on the contract. Because other than that, it's hard to determine, or it's hard to hold somebody accountable for a handshake or something like this. Hard to hold. You can't hold nobody accountable over a handshake deal. And you're working in an industry, entertainment, with people who are trained and paid millions of dollars to be liars, to pretend they somebody that they're not. So, I mean, what he's saying is real, but it's not everybody. It's definitely not everybody. But again, because you can't control anyone else but yourself, my argument is just control yourself. And it's frustrating in American capitalism that things are set up the way they are, because I blame a lot of it on that. You know, if there was some, like, Europe gives money for people and institutions to make film, like big money. Independent filmmakers who are new can go to Europe and get a certain amount of money to get a film going, so that you don't have to be fucking around with Harvey Weinsteins and the Bill Cosbys of the world to get your art out there. America might need to consider doing something like that, so that people who have this dream don't have to have their dream go down in flames like a pipe dream. Moochie, you get closing argument on this one.
I feel like at this time, Hollywood, the elite, is throwing all the black people that's the rich ones to the wolves. And in the beginning, I feel like we're part of helping destroy our own people. And I had to back off the Puffy story because I'm seeing where this is going. Like, they want to make sure all our black figures, even though they're not good ones, these people that do the billionaires, we're seeing all the evil with them, but they're doing all the evil that they were shown by their own by the people that they were involved with in the industry, because Hollywood has been corrupt since Shirley Temple. If you listen to stories about her, Hollywood has been corrupt. So people is just, this is the way it's done. So if I gotta get in the fitting. And now you're exposing the last people to actually get on with this, and you're throwing them to the wolves before they get destroyed.
Mm-hmm. And these are two different stories, but it just goes to show how things are covered up and pushed to the back burner, and the importance of society, because the people who are elite or have the money and the power set the rules and then get to circumvent the rules.
Mm-hmm.
The court is about to unseal records, logs, and documents of people that flew out to Epstein Island, where he
Mm-hmm.
had girls working for money that didn't want to be there against their will. And a couple of those flight logs has the former president of the United States going out there. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm just here to
And the
tell you.
current one. He's on there
And
too.
and the current one, Bill Clinton. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm just here to tell you, you don't go to a private island where there's no laws, known to have individuals who are being forced to do sexual acts. You don't go there for nothing. What are you going to see? It's not like you're going to the damn zoo. What are you going there for? To just say you're meeting a rich guy on his island? How many people y'all heard going to meet Mark Zuckerberg on his private island? No. Anyway, we'll move the story along to a positive story, Moochie. Here's something a lot of people don't know about me, but you're about to know. My favorite all-time singing group of men is Boys to Men. And it recently came up, Moochie. Would they be the number one choice for an a cappella masterclass? And I want to hear from you guys and Moochie, but before I let y'all speak, I got to let y'all hear what these dudes sound like doing a cappella. I can't just come up here and not give you receipts for Boys to Men. Then I got to tell you why Oh, my bad. Uh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, fuck a master class. They need to be in every class. They need to be the music teachers of every school in America. Moochie, debate me. What group can compare or be better than Boys to Men in terms of acapella?
Take six.
Oh, oh, oh,
I look. Take six came out
oh,
before them, and
oh.
if anybody know, Take Six harmony is on point, and they had different octaves.
Ooh,
But I'll give you this:
what's that?
Wanye not playing. He's already ahead of it, and this is why they get in this class, because he had made his own group with his sons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And no boys is singing with Mary J. Blige. She's producing them, and they recreating some of Boys to Men's songs. I don't know if y'all go and check on the Instagram, on Mary J. Blige Instagram. Also, it might be on Wanye's too, because those are his sons. Them boys could sing too, and they and
And
and, and now they're coming out.
yeah, and some of the songs Boys to Men did that New Edition allowed them to do, their sons are doing it too. And the name of that group is Juan Moore, ain't it? Juan Moore, the name of his son's group.
One more, yeah.
Juan Moore, that's the name of the
Drinking
group.
Sharon put the name in the chat.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Now,
Yeah.
now, y'all, if I'm telling y'all Boys to Men was my all-time favorite group, of course there's a story. So they're my all-time favorite group because when I first heard music on a CD, it was when Boys to Men and TLC. And the first song I ever heard on a TV show was Boys to Men on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Let It Snow. I was in the 6th grade. And from then on, they had a new fan. But Moochie, I'm mad with these Negroes. You want me to tell you why?
Why?
Because it's not Boys to Men no more. It's just boys. They had a falling out with my main man that had a deep voice, and Moochie, I'm upset.
But they said he left the group for medical reason, because he has MS. So he
True.
can't stand up like that and perform on stage.
Let him sit in the wheelchair.
I agree too, but look how they got rid of the big guy from Drew Hill. I went to a concert where he was sitting on a speaker because he couldn't get up and do all of that stuff. They could have a chair out there for him.
Yeah, a
I,
chair,
I wonder if he could still sing.
but see, Moochie, the other problem with them is there are some financial things that happen behind the scenes that they haven't worked out. And at the end of the day, Moochie, I just want them to work it out. That's all. Just work it out. Y'all still my favorite group of all time. That's just my little fan beef. But you guys take the cake. And we'll move along because we got to get to the and more section. But before we get to the and more section, ladies and gentlemen, tuning in while working. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Did we lose her? Damn,
She
I think
coming.
we done lost
She
her.
coming.
Okay.
She coming.
So we're getting ready to get to the and more section of Black News and More, which is where we go outside of Black entertainment and we talk about the things going on in other news outlets and mediums. And first things first on this list, Moochie, I want to talk about. I didn't see everything on this list, but take a look at this list. This is the 10 best blockbuster movies of 2023. And I'll read them to you from the top. Well, I'll go from the bottom. Five Nights at Freddy, that was on Peacock. I didn't see it. Number
Neither
9,
did
Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't see it. The Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Didn't see it.
didn't see it
Megan.
either.
Didn't see it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I saw it, and it definitely shouldn't be number 6. The Super Mario Brothers movie. I saw it, and it definitely shouldn't be number 5. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I didn't see it all in its entirety, but what I did see is almost better than everything on this list. Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour.
Look.
Number 2, Oppenheimer, and then number 1, Barbie. Okay, so Moochie, out of all the things you've seen on this list,
uh-huh.
what would be your top 5 list?
Not for nothing, Megan with that doll,
Yeah,
that was good. I watched
it
that
was
movie
good.
where I was like, oh shoot. Because she was
Hmm.
wow. The
Yeah,
dancing and all of that. But all these
eh,
other things, Friday Night
yeah.
at Freddy, I had somebody telling me to watch that. Shouts out to Suburbia Jones. He was telling me to watch that. Um Oppenheimer, I didn't watch, but I've been saying it's gonna watch. It was gonna be on the list. But yeah, it was. Yours is Tamika. She had a good list too. This one sucks. This is not a list that we would make. So Lamont,
No.
me and you need to come back. Me and you need to come back with our own list.
Okay, well, hold on just a
Cause we
second.
have to get the
Look,
people what they want. What up, girl? Look, you got your blue coat on. You got your blue coat on looking like
Listen, I got my coat on for neat. I got my coat on for neat.
you got Nipsey blue on. You got
Last
your
time
coat
that
on
I
for me.
checked,
No, all we need to see is a gold medallion.
I
oh
got that
Lord.
sauce like linguine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna interrupt the regularly scheduled program to let Lex the Targaryen give her 2 cents on the passing of Unique and what she thought about Power. Then we'll get back to this list. So, Lex, the floor is yours. I like you in the blue. Blue fits you, sis. By the way. So, tell us, what did you think about Unique? Him potentially dying. I don't think he's dead, but everybody wants to hear what the last Targaryen has to say.
The last Targaryen is on Dracarys mode, and I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Like, why would they do that? Like, I get the introduction of Ronnie, but he not even that fire for y'all to be killing Neek off. Like, Neek, that's crazy. And at first, I wanted to be in denial. Like, yeah, I think he's alive. Maybe Howard or somebody found him in the woods. Child, they beat that boy with a pipe. Ronnie is a half a nut. He's one seaweed away from being a Krabby Patty. Like, it's over for Neek. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And Badass did an interview confirming that he was dead. So I just feel like, rest in peace,
Yeah.
Neek. They got a lot to make up for, because this hurt my feelings. Like, it honestly did hurt my feelings, because it was like, damn, Neek had a lot of story left. It's not like he was somebody that they needed. Like Burke, I was fine with them knocking her off that soon. But Neek, season 3, episode 5, and y'all telling me Marvin not finna die? Yeah, they don't care. It's
Hmm.
Power. They don't care.
Lex,
I had a no
and
Jesus no moment with it.
yeah, Lex, in the original Power, Angela did an interview saying that she was dead. The first episode of the last season, she comes back, her ass was clearly alive on a stretcher, but then she died.
So
Is
she was
there,
dead.
is there,
She was dead.
well, I'm saying the same situation could happen with Unique. We see him in a hospital bed. He might say his goodbyes to Rock and smooches.
Nah, it's over for Neek, because I think Ronnie is gonna be the one that teaches him you ain't a killer till you kill someone you love. He loved his brother, but I think he just snapped out. And like, I'm telling y'all, Ronnie's somewhere on the spectrum. Like, the way he moved his stuff, and or either he got like compulsive disorder. Like, he's very, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like F Ronnie, first of all. I'ma still feel like that until the season is over. Cause can we just get a moment of silence for Badass? Cause that ain't make no sense. That ain't make no sense. Like, well, who am I supposed to look at now? Lulu, he's a drunk. You
No,
gonna take
not no
off the
more. Don't
only
be
sauce
talking
and
about my
candy?
Lulu. He's not a drunk no more. Take that
Okay,
back.
like, well, he listen. Lou gonna slip back. Lou slipping this season, so he losing his sex appeal. Lou, not Malcolm Mays. He's fine. But like, who else are we gonna look at now? Like, Uncle Marvin is literally Uncle Marvin. Like, damn, that was mad selfish. It was a man that wrote that, because he a hater. I guarantee you.
Lex, my goodness. I mean, the hate in your voice over a single character. You got
Cause I
plenty of
love
up and
me.
coming. You got plenty of up and coming people to look at. Look at Kanan going from boys to a man. You can look at his chest.
Kanan is pissing me off. Let me say it right here, right now, so y'all don't gotta. I wonder how Lex feel. Let me get y'all the skinny, okay? I cannot stand Kanan as of right now. He is really giving me like he's a bully, and I don't like how he's doing Famous. Famous what has been down literally. Keep in mind, even when D Wiz and him slid with the guns, Famous was doing lookout. Y'all remember that? Famous always been down for you. That boy ain't never been nothing but loyal. And you gotta realize, whereas you got a loving mother, although Rock is effed up, Rock never kicked you out. Like, Famous mom kicked him out. His sister was his guiding light. Her little hot twat done moved to the West Coast. Like, he's alone. He's really alone, and you supposed to be his family. Like, if it came to being more scared of Kanan or Rock, you damn right I'm gonna be more scared of Rock. Rock is wild. So I don't know why he's acting like it's just any like talking about some I'm scary too. Let me tell you something. I would have punched Kanan right in his nads. He's really pissing me off, honest to God. He is. He could die next, although we know he's not, but if he was a second base character, I would be fine with him dying next, because he's really giving me like, if you gonna swell up and have an evil character arc, do that, but don't turn up on nobody that's been with you since y'all been kids. That's lame. He's really giving me lame bully. I don't like that.
Well, damn, ladies and gentlemen, her coat should have been fucking red, not
I
blue.
know.
It should have been bloody shoes and bloody
Mm-hmm.
coat. Because she out here
I,
spitting fire. But since we've already talked about that, let us pivot to some of the other stuff we got, which is right up Lex's alley. Now she's driving, so I have to describe everything for her. But Lex, in other news, your boy George R. Martin released a statement the other day saying that Game of Thrones is going animated, and that he's going to do a Sea Snake, and that's going to be the animated version. They're supposed to have 3 spinoffs he's discussing with HBO, and the person who is going to be the head of these animated series did something that was real popular on Netflix. So, Lex, how are you feeling about us getting animated versions of Game of Thrones?
So I'm gonna let y'all know I've been hip to this for like the past 8 months. So it's not only gonna be the Sea Snake show, it is also going to be a who was the tall freaking knight? Lord have mercy, the Targaryen should know. Um Sir something the tall. Sir somebody the tall, but him and baby Aegon, that's gonna be Sir Duncan the Tall. There we go. It's gonna be Sir Duncan and Aegon, the tales of the knight and the king, or the knight and the prince, however they want to word it. The sea snakes, and then apparently Nymeria and her ships. But I'm here for it. Anything that's dealing with the world of George R. R. Martin, I'm always gonna support, minus the Jon Snow show. If that ever comes out, I'm not turning my TV on. I'm gonna let that be real clear. Don't nobody gotta wonder how I feel it. I'm not watching it because it's poppycock. But other than that, I'm really excited about everything dealing with Game of Thrones. We're supposed to have, I think, 7 spinoff shows in total. I don't know if they're counting House of the Dragon in that, but we're also supposed to get Aegon and his sister wives, the original Conquest, as a show. So I'm here for it. If anybody pays attention, you can go on YouTube and check the stories of the 7 kingdoms that like used to get released with the Game of Thrones DVDs. Those are already animated, so it's gonna be on the sidelines of said here. So I'm ridiculously excited about it. Y'all know I worship the 7, so I'm beyond excited, and I think they're gonna do an amazing job, because when you have a story that's written like that, you don't miss. And George is from Jersey, you know how we do.
Look at that smile, y'all. Lord, ears so smile so big, a damn ears getting super soaked. Moochie, how do you feel about what's about to happen with the Game of Thrones? You know I'm a fan. I This is the type of show me and my wife would have tried to review together. And I think that because my audience is growing so much, I'm getting a wide variety of people that probably will follow us when we start back doing the show. So how are you feeling about new Game of Thrones coming out? You know your sister Miss K is one of the only other sisters I know that can rival Lexa Targaryen in her knowledge of all things the 7.
Big Lena, don't play with my cousin. Shout out to Miss K.
hey, Miss K. You know what? excited about it because they've been showing a lot of different things on Facebook as far as I really would want to see the Jon Snow show. How they've been showing Lex to talk. Lex, did you see when they were showing Daenerys and her daughter and stuff like that? Little pictures.
Yes,
Like
I
if
would
they
love
go back
that.
and fix what they messed up in Game of Thrones, I would definitely be happy to
I
see
agree.
that.
I
I'm
agree.
excited if they give us a do over with that. Yeah,
If
definitely.
they
I
feel the
would want
Nisa
to.
Nisa prophecy,
Yeah, I would want to see all of that.
that I agree with. I would want to
I
see
feel
the
like we never
Nisa
got to
Nisa.
see Jon Snow. He even though he didn't want to be king, I want to see him take the throne. I didn't like the way that thing, and I feel like they need to redeem themselves with it. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for if you're saying all of these spinoffs is gonna come. Will I watch them? Will I review them? Yes, I will.
Mm, mm. Well, I'm gonna be right there with y'all. I'm gonna be the only one with my little Valerian butter knife, pretending it's a sword. I'm gonna have on my Valerian hair. I'm gonna be out here with y'all, enjoying the crowd, giving up theories and how this stuff should go down. Last thing I got for y'all, and then we'll let everybody out of here. It's 2024, and I hope you all set some goals. I do this every year on my channel. I'm not going to do a full one this year, but I want y'all to be thinking about financial goals. Having said that, I've got a bunch of stocks I want y'all to take a look at this year that is going to explode. And then we can come back next year at this time and talk about how much money you made. First one on my list I want you guys to write down, Berkshire Hathaway. Does great returns every year. And if you look at the year over year, this thing made 15% return. Put that on your list. Bitcoin. I've always been a believer in the main coins. I don't believe in the little secondary ones because people be setting you up for failure. But Bitcoin is one that's getting ready to get itself an ETF. And look at what it did in a year. In a year, 174% growth. If you would have gotten this thing last year, you would have made $28,000 right now. So if you can afford a half a coin, a fourth of a coin, jump on in there. Because we're in another technology boom, this time artificial intelligence. I got a couple of good ones for you. This one, for those of you that don't got a lot of money to throw at stocks, get C3 AI. Last year, some of y'all followed me and jumped in Rambus when it was this same exact price, and Rambus ended the year at $70. I see the same trend happening with this particular stock that deals in artificial intelligence. And if you want to go for something that's not as risky, you can go with AMD. Last year at this time, AMD gained you 125% to this day. So that one is kind of like a poor man's NVIDIA. And last but not least, for those of you that don't want to spend too much, get you some Uber. It's gone up in 1 year 149%. And because of how good the earnings look and the revenue projections, it's got a lot of places to run. That's what I think you guys should do in terms of financial goals. I'll start with you, Moochie. What goals did you set? And then we'll get to Lex and we'll get ready to get out of here.
Mm. My goals
Mm,
right now, I just want to be able to continue the whole thing with the writing.
mhm.
Um, I do want to do more with the YouTube channel. I met such a great group of people in the past since I started this journey with you on because I didn't intend on starting a channel, but I've done this and I really like it. I really like it. I like the group of people that I meet. And I'm just excited to grow with this and grow with it through other avenues of this. So I'm really excited for this year.
That's what's up. Lex the Targaryen. How many albums you gonna drop this year? Because I know that's on your list.
Uh oh.
Yeah, the album definitely drops this year. Last year, we dropped Firestarter on my birthday, and that was an EP. So this year, you guys definitely do get an album. I'm very excited about that. I'm pushing towards 12 songs. Of course, I wanted to, y'all know 24 is my favorite number. I wanted to drop it on my birthday, but I know it's not going to be ready. So I did the next best thing. I'm dropping it July 3rd, 24 for the reason. 7, we know that's my thing. 3,
Mm-hmm.
free heads. 24, that's my number. So July 3rd, 2024, we gonna get the album. The Hanky Panky video will be out this month. If you guys are in the area or whatever, my first movie will be in theaters on the 18th. So if you're in the New York, whatever area, come through. That'll be my first short film. Shout out to B. Shout out to Brandon Tyler. Shout out to Manville Productions and everything like that. I really appreciate y'all. I was told I stole the show. I ain't seen it yet, but So I'm excited about that. God, I'm so excited. Speaking it into fruition, we are all going to be on some sort of movie thing this year. We know Lamont got it with the pen, so I'm excited about that. Moochie, everybody, and yeah, just dropping music, dropping videos, and doing some more promo. Hopefully, I do my first tour this year, and a couple interviews, podcasts, things like that. So that's what my fingers are crossed for this year, and possibly the BET Hip Hop Awards, but we'll tap in with that later.
Oh, well, we rooting
Possibly,
for
keep
you,
those fingers
girl.
crossed.
We rooting for you.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hang in there, people. The true sign of someone who loves this community is how much he can help uplift this community. And anybody that's ever worked with me know I'm all about trying to uplift the community through help, education, knowledge, whatever I can do. And so those are my goals. I want you guys to write down some and let me know what they are on the next show, which will be Thursday. But we've got some super chats I got to read. We've got 199 super stickers from DeMarcus, who I hope I can convince him to start a YouTube channel. And then he's got a question for everybody. He says, who would win in a fight between Ghost and Unique? And this is a very easy answer for me, but Lex, you go first.
Neek. I got my money on Neek. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I know y'all possibly like, nah, go. I want y'all to run that fight back. Run that fight back and see how that man's stance was. Boy. Or you know what? I take it back, because the predecessor usually does. But okay, yeah, I'll give it the Ghost. But rest in peace, Neek. Because
thank you.
I'm still hurt.
Thank you, y'all. Because I was about to dig into her singing hind part. She's gonna talk about some Unique. Moochie, who you got?
I felt it.
I got Ghost, man. You when I saw that whole fight scene, the first thing I thought about was the fight with Kanan and him. You know how we was all rooting that fight, you was rooting for Ghost to win with Kanan. And you actually thought he won. That's why everybody is having this thing where they think Unique is still here. Because it was one of those fights like that. We thinking that somebody gonna come down that hill and pick up old boy. I'm thinking it's gonna be Detective Howard, and they gonna pick him up and put him somewhere safe to let him heal. I'm hoping that, but now that all of the confirmation has come out, I will be having service tonight for brother Unique.
We fall down.
Don't expect do not expect a rest in peace video from me about Neat, because I don't think he's dead. But in that fight, Ghost would have wore his ass out.
Oh,
I'm just looking at the way each man died. Ghost never got into a fight with someone and turned his back unless they was dead. No, one time he did, and that was with Kanan.
Yeah.
Other than that, he never turned his back. So let us know what you think. We're out of here, ladies and gentlemen, until Thursday. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. We'll see you then.